A couple of years ago, I made a video about Mothman sightings in Chicago, and they are still going on to this day. So I've been wanting to update you guys on some of the latest sightings and encounters. And for those of you unaware of all these Mothman sightings in Chicago, this all started in 2011, but the sightings really started to escalate around 2017, and the website Phantoms and Monsters has been doing a great job at tracking all these sightings throughout the years. One of the first reported sightings happened when a security guard, John, was walking outside. And while he was walking, he looked up at the sky and saw something very strange flying under a plane. He saw a humanoid-looking figure with wings that had muscular legs. It had no fur or feathers, and it moved unlike anything he had ever seen before. Now John was shocked and amazed. He told a reporter that he remembered thinking that this was the worst time in the world not to have his phone on him, as it was charging. But after the sighting, he ran to his phone and he texted his girlfriend and all his friends, and he told them about what he had just seen. Another sighting happened when a couple was walking at night, when they saw a large winged creature swoop down from the sky and then fly towards them. This shocked couple saw this thing hover about 5 feet above the sidewalk, and as it got closer, they could see its large red eyes. It was unlike anything they had ever seen before, and they were not the only ones. Many others also saw this creature. This couple stated that they even heard a man who was driving a truck scream. Then whatever this was pulled its wings back into its body and flew very quickly back up in the night sky. A more recent sighting happened to a truck driver last November. One day while he was at an airport picking up a shipment, he saw what he thought at first was a large bird. But when he looked closer, he realized that this was no bird. It was some sort of humanoid that was flapping its wings. And while I was doing some research trying to find some more recent sightings, I stumbled upon another article that described another sighting real close to this airport just a month earlier. Eyewitnesses claim that while they were driving in a rideshare close to the O'Hare International Airport, they saw a large creature that was about 6 to 7 feet tall with red eyes that was walking. But it wasn't walking like how a human would walk. It walked very oddly. It had a strange wobble and it was kind of hunched over. Then they saw it flap its wings and shoot up right into the sky. And these eyewitnesses, they were speechless. They could not believe what they had just seen. Now these sightings keep coming in, and they have been for years. They've been seen by cops and firemen. Some eyewitnesses claim that they have seen it looking at them through their windows. One man claimed that it dropped onto the hood of his car while he was driving. And because of all these sightings, some say that the Mothman has made Chicago his home. And what I find fascinating about this case is that usually monster or cryptid sightings only last for a few weeks tops in the same area, like the sightings that happened in Point Pleasant, or Momo the Missouri Monster, and the many others. But these have been going on for years, making this one of the biggest mass sightings of an unknown creature in recent times. And so far, the only possible evidence we have, or that I know of, happened one day when a couple took a photograph of a Native American statue, or what is known locally as the I-Car Muffleman. And when they got home and looked at the picture, they saw a huge winged creature in the background and they were shocked. Something that this photo is proof of the Mothman. Now, even though there's very little evidence, something is definitely going on in Chicago. There are just too many credible eyewitnesses who say that they saw a large flying humanoid that just shouldn't exist. And hopefully one day, one of these future eyewitnesses finally gets proof, proving once and for all that there are creatures out there that science has yet to explain. Another famous case that happened in Illinois happened in 1977 when a 10-year-old Marlon was outside playing with his family, when he and the rest of the family saw two huge birds flying overhead. Then one of these birds swooped down from the sky and picked up Marlon, and after the mother screamed her head off, the bird dropped him. Now there were 7 eyewitnesses and none of them had ever seen anything like this before. These birds were huge. Now it's very rare, but there are a few cases out there of golden eagles trying to pick up toddlers. But according to these eyewitnesses, these were no golden eagles and this wasn't a toddler, making some believe that what these eyewitnesses saw on that day was the legendary Thunderbird. And since this happened in Illinois, I do wonder if some of these sightings in Chicago, not all but some, could be from whatever these birds were. Another story that I want to cover today that has been getting a lot of attention from my fellow alien junkies is about a UFO sighting that happened in Poland. One day not that long ago, a man was riding his bike in a remote area in Poland when he heard some strange sounds. Then he saw a strange looking craft flying just above the tree line, and he was shocked. He'd never seen anything like it before. So he got off his bike and took some photos. He also claimed that after he took these photos, he experienced some missing time, which is very common in alleged alien abduction cases. There are many reports coming from people who say that they lost time after seeing a UFO in the sky. making them believe that they were abducted by aliens. Now, after this man took these photos, he rushed home and was amazed at what he had captured. One UFOologist stated that these were some of the best UFO pictures he had seen in 40 years. Another one stated that he couldn't believe how high quality they are. Whatever this was seemed to be flying at about 200 feet above the ground and was just slowly hovering over the trees, not moving too fast. Now, I always try to be a little bit skeptical, especially when it comes to photos of UFOs, but at least these ones are high quality. And could you imagine if you were walking in the woods one day and saw something like this flying in the skies above? I bet it would be life-changing. And I hope this man who took these photos goes under hypnosis to see if he was in fact abducted by aliens. As he did say after he saw this UFO, he did experience some missing time. And hopefully in the future, he steps out from the shadows and gives us an update. Until next time, this is Paranormal Junkie. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned.